a woman
ke melato fela kwa Scotland malome ke santse ke na le amogae
e ka ba le gore ke kharena di le gore melato ka moka e phumolwe
a ke tsebe yena o na le influence e ntši o na le bagwera in high places
seo se ra gore kore o ka sa kgona o kgwetša Yosefa Charity
le ge ka costa an amenelek go kwakwaisa yo la Karen through the Scottish court ke tlola le yena tooth and nail go fitlhela ngwana ka go ya mogae where he belongs le rena
a tlanya ka go ntšhela phori matlhong Charity wena lwela morwa gago lwela morwa gago ke tla go thusa ka mogong ka kgonago
It's open.
Hey, handsome.
Easy.
What's up?
Yeah, no. Ke sharp. O bea keng mo?
Bona, ke be ke nyaka nna le nna re bolele. O ile nagana ka se be re bolela ka sona malo.
No, re boletse ka ntse tse baya so. So which part exactly?
Well, like in a couple, like an official couple. You know, I'm nervous about it, but yeah, because I'm also excited.
Oh yeah, and what about your mother?
Oh well, Mama's a yes, but you know, because I want to be with you.
Okay.
Why can't you
No. Ke sharp kapi. Like, I'm getting sponsored by today.
Good coffee. Nah, just to relax you with coffee. Coffee all day.
Okay.
Sugar is everywhere. Aquafresh Sugar Acid Protection all-in-one toothpaste contain a strengthening ingredient that is absorbed to actively defend teeth against everyday sugars. Aquafresh Sugar Acid Protection does it all in one, Mum.
Moms have started to use new Stay Soft Concentrate, and this is the effect.
Thank you, Mom. Thanks for making my teddy smell so good. Thank you, Mom. My blankie smell irresistible.
New Stay Soft Concentrate with microcapsules gives an intense burst of fragrance that lasts and lasts. With such an irresistible fragrance, more kids will be thanking their moms.
Thank you, Mom.
New Stay Soft Concentrate, 100% concentrated for an irresistible fragrance.
cut dog calamari
Dad.
Hey Tubbs, I read your book.
Barman, give that man a belt.
When a man starts his day with Nivea Men Cool Kick Deal, he gets
48-hour freshness and protection.
So when you go for a scan, is it a boy? Is it a girl? It's both.
Twins, what you gonna do?
Play it cool. When Sia from finance gets all up in your grill,
What you gonna do?
play it cool with Nivea Men Cool Kick Deal. Nivea Men, it starts with you.
Open your identity account now and get 500 Rand free fashion vouchers. SMS your initials, surname, and ID number to 42777. SMS lines open 24 hours.
Chad, ke a tshepa gore a wa tlela mo gore o tlo bolela le nna ka moshomo wa sebe gona ebile o a tseba gore yona mantuli le go rakiwa a rakiwa oh ebile a kenye ke go bolela ka magong
ao nna ke tlile mo go boledišana le wena ka morwedi ya gago Rachel
nna le Rachel a rena bothata
okay jalo swantse o tsebe gore Rachel o re hloka le go feta go amogela ga gagwe kwa First Medical School ga go a swanele go fetoga lefela
o bolela ka eng
o tsebe Rachel o amogetšwe kwa vet
kore nnete ngwana o le ka o di ene mara kore ngwana ke nta mmagwe
mogadi bo go molaleng gore wena le morodi ya gago ga le monwana le lenala
o lokile a bo ya sekolong ke tla bolela le ena kore ke no go shore ka mohlogong ye yagwe go hloma bjang.
So ke nagana re santse re bolele ka the type of relationship e re nyakang.
Re bolela ka yona gona bjale.
Yeah, I mean santse re ska ba le diphiri right from the beginning. So when you have a relationship bjang?
No, you go first.
Well, na one tabita. Oh. So ntwe nna ka go dira le nna ke gore ke go thabisha.
Thanks.
But relax. I could be one of those clingy girlfriends who long go dutse magolo, you know, 24 hours on go ba lwena. No.
Yeah, no. Hey, that's a relief.
Yeah, ke tla first basis a gago. But I need you to promise me one thing.
Oh, again, so.
Ke nyaka o rata nna Mangaliso. Like o ratana le nna ke le one. No side chicks, no Facebook inboxes, no Twitter DMs. I get a little on. I want you to love me and me alone.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I'm so glad for I feel this ultimatum. It really gore ke nagane ka maikutlo a ka like for wena. Ya o rata Mangaliso. And ke nyaka ba wena. And I'm ready.
For in.
To be yours.
Oh.
I want you to make me a woman.
Whoa, you mean woman? I must. You want to lose your. No, I need a beer.
How? I hope you do special, ne? Khali motho a eme gape.
Uzobenzani ngo-December? I was thinking maybe we can drive to Durban sikubangena nje kancane beach yabo and spend some time sobabili nje. I mean, wouldn't that be great?
Yini manje?
Ngizokuvakashela wena ubhizi unaka ifone ukhuluma nale ntombi zakho.
Hawu Ntombi, mosingiyini nawe ngikhulume nawe yi.
Then focus on me.
Hayi, yabona ke manje uqalile. Yabona manje into zakho zokudimanda le ungibekela ama rose ngcono uvaye erumini yakho ke. Hayi.
Okay. Kodwa ngicela ungisize. Ungalokhu uze mina ntamba ngizofuna ukudla kanye nempahla eziclean ezayiniwe.
Hayi, andisa. Ngacaba nya game mama nje. Umuntu awuso, wadlaliswa ngama 5 ophe. Zokala yini? Come to papa. Sure lelo. Bheka mfethu ngisasebhizo kwamanje. Ngicela ungifanele later noma izethu wami ngayo. Sure. So, where were we? Hi guys.
Hi Kwaito.
Kweko.
Kuzomela ngihambe ne?
No, there's no need to go. I'm just here to pack my things.
Hi. Pack your things, must to ngena mase uyapaka futhi.
Yeah, I'm moving out. Can't stay with you anymore.
Hi.
What's the matter with you? What is the matter with you? And what's the matter with you? What is the matter with you?
Get this off. I'm going to get you. Leave you upstairs. Please look up here. Or what I'll kill you tonight. And I cannot go read what's all I'm
mina bakafa mina kwathina nje ndivenge ngitsomfit
Mfethu kuyacula nje.
after lelo dangerous John
The boy, Mfethu, please just help me.
Baby, vet is ready, Dine. Hi, Leto. Bonjour.
sure Lisa akikrai and then wena uchuna ngika Tuesday so dingo bank let's get
Excuse me?
Bon, I'm not gonna let this thing happen man what's the lady I'm vetting nearly like
Then, ya gore mama be le principal ya gago nna ke tsena kae mo baby nko botsa motho gore a iketle tshong
wena shut up boy futhi ke eng jo ha ona matlhong jo o busy o trigger lizo ra zwakale ya tlo gidla le wena mna Chavez girl
No.
bon wena ke ovation last time o tla mo ke le busy pe me ko le dia nya ke lo mpola ya
Leto ntlo
bisa ke passe
Au Leto sona mama ka o tlo pusha the pusha
keep walking please or else ke tsa phone ke mo founela le keep walking are yeah so
Okay, boy.
What's going on?
Baby, yo. You'll never believe it. Hey, Pella, Uliato, girlfriend, Lava, they always had to buy time the drama. I'm so sorry that you had to see that. Thank you. Take it in. As long as it's not very Johnny. Yeah, it's Pagala,
Okay. Nana?
Yes, love.
Did you miss me while I was gone?
I missed you. I missed you a lot.
Ole scheme, ole seeker, ole fika, go fella scheme me out. Never nipile monopoly ni lab fair. Me clotte ya hakuji wa moho hadi table like who's gonna take over. Dimana kase survive the change over, but I prove that more wrong as a soldier dawn. Some road songs I kept quiet and told my team hold on. Limoli fifteen can tap I'm on the rhyming and follow where the sound lead. And I can do without your favorite beat me, Cuddy Peanuts, I'm a jitty water to my heartbeat. Tintwana tsenyane kasi ba febile mabare bare vampita samane mare ki difita puo ka go rwala motswako le gete lame. Ke le tabogi kori ya me matarela track like left time di tsitse ka my man. Now before on try the post go ba we tolerate ki tolerate. Bona fe ba batla go mpetola di. Bona fe bangwe bare ke rata di. Bona fe banga dile ke ja camino. Bona fe mathata budula sitilo. Bona fe ba batla go mpetola di. Bona fe bangwe bare ke rata di. Bona fe banga dile ke ja camino. Bona fe mathata budula sitilo.
Asupol Haishodi, it even offers 24/7 advice, emergency and bereavement helplines. SMS yes to 32813.
Great friends, great football. It all comes together with the Castle.
Well, the Nelson Mandela Challenge just about set to begin, but pre-match formalities do need to precede kick-off. As the sides line up on this wonderfully manicured Orlando Stadium pitch in Soweto. The dignitaries make their way out to the stadium. Leo Cisse and Ephraim Shakes Mashaba with a quick meet and greet. Dignitaries will make their way out for the meet and greet with the players from the respective sides, South Africa and Senegal. Include SAFA President Danny Odan, the CEO of the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, Smungile Mkabela, head of delegation for the Senegal
contingent. Senegal FA Vice President Abdoulaye Saidou. But a man introducing the Senegal squad to the dignitaries is Karamboji, a man who you may remember for his incredible header against South Africa in the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. Managed to secure a 1-1 draw for the Teranga Lions against Bafana earlier this year. Eric Toga Castan, the man in the middle for tonight's game, one of Africa's most respected referees of Gabon, in charge, renowned for his fair game. Itumeleng Kune retains his starting position despite a horrendous error for which he will hope to be making up, and he will hope as well that the South African public can forgive the error and try to remember the many positives that he's contributed to the national side over the years. Introduces his Bafana side that sees 7 changes from the team that did battle in the 3-1 loss away to Mauritania on Saturday. But with the dignitaries having lined up, we will continue with various formalities, including the national anthems to come. Also a video on the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to a very special message.
But first,
please turn your heads to the screen.
Here's a special message on the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund.
Of support in aid of the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund.
And now a message from both captains.
As a credible expression of Mr. Nelson Mandela's vision for children, the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund was established to maintain the vision, the founder, Nelson Mandela, to change the way society treats its children and youth. Give children roots and wings, a free and supportive environment that guarantees a good future for children and youth. Persevere the African values of Ubuntu, innovation, the family and community. Be the agent for change and an engine for growth through the way we partner with other players.
Nous croyons en tant qu'organisateur qui apprend et qui grandit. Nous reflétons, apprendrons, partagerons et agirons sur ce que nous apprendrons dans un, des autres, des enfants, des jeunes, ainsi que de nos communiqués. Nous ferons de notre mieux pour vivre selon les valeurs internes et externes de Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. En tant que capitaine, au nom de l'encadrement de l'équipe, je tiens à confirmer notre soutien aux objectifs de Nelson Mandela Children's Fund.
Well, messages from the respective captains on the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem
as well.
of Senegal.
Now for the national anthems.
And now, the national anthem of South Africa.
The late father of the nation, President Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela's memory is still very much fresh in the minds of all of those in attendance tonight. I will tell you that the atmosphere is rising, but it seems just a disappointed crowd that has made their way out. Now, a small contingent of South African supporters in both the west and south stands of Orlando Stadium, while a fairly larger contingent of Senegalese supporters sits on the east stand of Orlando Stadium tonight. And South Africa coming into the tie off the back of that incredibly embarrassing and utterly disappointing defeat to Mauritania. They've made 7 changes to the side that started on Saturday. Dumoulin Kune keeps his place in goal and retains the captain's armband as Anile Ngonga retains his place in defence, the only defender to do so. Daylon Klaasen back in the squad for the first time since the 5-0 loss to Brazil in March last year. And an opportunity as well for Mpumakolo to celebrate. It's his debut for the Orlando Pirates man. Alongside me for tonight's tie, the indomitable Tebo Manyepelo.
Orogile Motowetso, Sekio Orlando Stadium, Reboso Wetu, the Teranga Lions. Batlamo Motsabeko Ngono, Morajo, Hogara Sonya, Nagayana, Namibia, Africa Cup of Nations, Kalamatlazo, Kwa Namibia, Kwa Ventuk, Me Karib Ndaye, Osanzabuela, Jacob Captain. Makaptene le monusino ya bofelo mo Afrika Borwa Sege Mboji ke makale balang tlhogo ya nenga rata ka yona mona yo me fagare ke referee o tlotlagang le fatse ka bophara wa ka kwana Afrika o Togo Anod wa kwa Gabon me o thusana jalo le banna ba kwa Zambia Romeo Kaselenge ga mo go le Bruno bona di banka tsa ditlhopha tseno Senegal Abdoulaye Diallo Lamine Kasama botle fela ke batshameki bao ba tshamekang kwa nageng ntle le motshameki a le nosi fela yo leng kwa Europa mo batshameking bano Sheikh Afrika Borwa Mandla Masango Thulane Serero Dean Furman ga mogo le Themba Zwane Phumlani Njangase ba le kwa bankeng o ke motshameko wa masome a mabedi le bongwe 21st the Nelson Mandela Challenge 21st jago bona ditlhogo tsa lekgatlhakgaso la Afrika Borwa SABC Tona Faith Mutambi ga le Chief Executive Officer Rehlaudi Motshweneng ba dutse fa pele le moruti Robin Peterson yo a eteletseng pele the Safa deal me eke banka naga ya Senegal o ke motshameko wa boditšhabatšhaba o masome a mabedi le bongwe Alio Cisse mokaptene wa setlhopha seno tsamaya mo lebalang the 1990 class of 1990 ya setlhopha seno sa Senegal Ephraim Sheikh Mashaba first coach ya setlhopha sa Boroka Swallows captain player coach le ka gangwe fela ya kwa go Didi go tswelela lwena ka motshameko.
One of Africa's top referees from Gabon. Eric Arnaud Otoga Castan gets us underway. It is the 22nd Nelson Mandela Challenge. It's South Africa taking on Senegal. Senegal looking to claim their third Nelson Mandela Challenge title in their third appearance. They play with the white trunks and green tops against the South African side that play in their traditional green and yellow. Dalen Klaassen looking for another touchback, returning to the side for the first time, as I mentioned, since March last year when South Africa lost 5-0 to Brazil. And he's been putting in some decent performances in Germany for his second-tier German side. Andile Jali being picked up a ball that Dalen Klaassen intercepted. Two of the European-based players. He's working the ball around with one another. Clayton Daniels earning a 5th international cap tonight, despite being 31 years of age. Knocks it out towards the Sundowns man, Sigaye Semashaba. This is Karen Bodge, captaining Senegal. And scored that wonderful equaliser. Brilliant header that beat Jackson Mabuhane, who was in goal for South Africa in the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations match against Senegal. Point South Africa managed to pick up in the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. Just knocking the ball between one another here. Diawando and young Diagne, 20-year-old, currently with Barcelona, out on loan in the Belgian second tier, however. Just getting a bit of a touch. Senegalese players do like to see the ball onto their feet early on in the game, particularly some of the more attacking players. That'll be a free kick to South Africa before the ball had unwittingly come off the arm of one of the South African players. The error on Dalen Klaassen. The ball struck the arm of the South African right-back Sibonga Nhlapo, but after a foul on Klaassen had been committed. So if you're wondering why there was no handball call against South Africa, first infringement is what proved telling. South Africa pushing forward. Here's Zungu, back to Jali, losing momentum here, just picked up in the middle of the park by Papa Alioune Ndiaye. Now Sadio Mane, very dangerous player that he is, of Southampton in England, although he's yet to score in England this season. His calibre is unquestioned. Little touch down the near side flank. Chekembenge wanting to get involved. Chekembenge playing in a defensive position tonight. A little scoop forward, a little ricochet of Clayton Daniels, picked up comfortably by Mpomakola. Will be particularly proud to earn a debut for the South African national team tonight. This match looks to pick up a little momentum. Being lost in the middle of the park, but Sisiso Vilarazi, South Africa's magic man off the bench generally, earning a rare start for the national team. We're hoping to add to his tally of 4 international goals in tonight's tie. Isn't Nhlapo. He's scooped over the top and easily defended by Zargo Toure. Just nods the ball out to safety. Generally plays in a midfield position for his club side, but tonight being asked to play in a more defensive position alongside his captain, Karen Bodge. And he obliges. Nhlapo. He's working the ball in combination with Gabuza, but the pass back a little too strong from the tall Gabuza, who found South Africa's consolation goal in Mauritania. Alongside me for tonight's Nelson Mandela Challenge. It's been 21 years since the Nelson Mandela Challenge first began, 1994 against Zambia. Tonight, the 22nd Nelson Mandela Challenge. Got one of South Africa's greatest ever strikers, Marks Mabunyane, who sits alongside. And Marks, tonight, South Africa will be feeling they need to make up in some way, find some consolation for that horrendous and indeed disappointing loss in Mauritania with a victory over a quality side tonight.
It's really on them, Dwayne, because they obviously have depleted the hopes and the belief of a lot of South Africans. That is why the stadium is so empty today. But this is the man that I wanted to talk about, Mane. Look at him when he's on the ball. He's gliding, this number 10 of Senegal. And this is the man that will be alongside Ndiaye. And these are the guys that will obviously have to carry on where the Senegalese left off. Remember, coming into this game, they just beat Namibia.
Yeah, they did. They beat Namibia by 2-0. They are top of Group K, 3 points ahead of Burundi. As Issa Sissoko takes the throw on the far side. He's the older brother of French international left-back Ali Sissoko. Like so many brothers that have chosen different nationalities for various reasons, Issa Sissoko is French-born like his brother, but has opted to play for the country of his parents rather than the country of his birth. Much like the Boateng brothers. Jerome Boateng, of course, turning out for Germany and is a world champion. His brother Kevin Prince turning out for Ghana, country of his father rather than the country of his birth. Issa Sissoko earning a rare international cap in the right-back position, but it's in the left-back position. The Chekembenge has possession now and just feeds inside to Papa Alioune Ndiaye, regular scorer in the Tippeligaen in Norway, where he played further up in midfield, but a defensive midfielder position for him tonight. Based in Turkey, however. Ball out on the far side in the first corner of the game. A little pressure here from Diafra Sakho, the West Ham man, and if you're a Liverpool fan, you won't remember him fondly. He scored in that 3-0 thrashing of Liverpool less than 2 weeks ago. As West Ham charged to a confident victory following the opening day victory over Arsenal to start the season. From the corner, away by Gabuza, looks to help out defensively. Zungu with the ultimate clearance.
Don't say these things. You are hating the likes of Kebo Manyapilo and Robert Marau.
Unfortunately, facts are facts. Daniels tapping it forward with Zungu getting involved. He's a hungry player. Bongani Zungu, of course, scored in the 2-0 victory over Cote d'Ivoire in November last year. And what was the South African victory in the Nelson Mandela Challenge. Gabuza trying to get into an attacking position, trying to bully the Senegalese defenders, and unwittingly commits the handball error. Possession ceded to the opponents. There's young Ndiaye, a youngster to watch out for, signed by Barcelona after time at the now renowned Aspire Academy in Qatar. Well, he's been shipped out on loan. You're on the books at Barcelona. You have an obvious talent, and there are a couple of real youngsters that have been given an opportunity by legendary Aliou Cisse. And when I say legendary, bear in mind, Shakes Mashaba's opponent tonight, in terms of coaching, is a man who captained Senegal, Bruno Metso's Senegal, no less, to the quarter-finals of the 2002 FIFA World Cup. And they needed extra time, did Turkey, to get past Senegal. Heartbreaking. It's just after extra time it started as well. There is Aliou Cisse. Just a few years ago he was playing. Just over a decade ago he was captaining his side to victories, not only throughout that World Cup run, which saw them to the quarter-finals, the last 8, but indeed it saw Senegal claim the 2002 Nelson Mandela Challenge as well.
You're talking about Cisse. We've seen a lot of those games, also including the one Nelson Mandela Challenge. I remember it was also out in Port Elizabeth with Papa Boba Diop. What a solid team that was.
It was a solid South African team as well. Bear in mind, it was 1-1 at the end of that game, and it was penalties required the first time they met. A few years later, it was a 3-2 game. I remember Sibusiso Zuma scored a goal in that game as well. South Africa lost out there, but Senegal, third time they're in the Nelson Mandela Challenge. South Africa looking to make it third time lucky. Bear in mind, 6 previous meetings, Senegal have won 2. The 4 remaining matches have been drawn. In other words, South Africa has never beaten Senegal. Makola taking it quickly just to get things going, but the referee just saying they'd stolen a few too many yards from where the set piece was initially rewarded for the touch on Makola.
That's what I was looking for. Just a pass to Kune, get him to get the feel of the ball, because also when you wait too long, then you end up making mistakes too, and you've got to get him involved.
Well, Twilan Kune, he's no stranger to the international scene. He earns a 72nd international appearance tonight. And with 10 minutes gone in the opening half, as it stands, neither side with too much impetus going forward, and no goals as yet.
Ogorogile mo Africa Borwa se ke Orlando Stadium ke ona lebala remoso wetu mo bosegomba la bobedi metshameko ya Nelson Mandela e setse ke fitile masome a mabedi le bongwe re beletso masome a mabedi le bobedi bosego jwa letsatsi la bobedi kgwedi ya Lwetse e tlhola malatsi a le robedi mo kgweding e leng kgwedi ya ngwao boswa. The Teranga Lions of Teranga babitsa jalo naga eno ya Senegal wa dinaga tseo di le fare ga dinaga di le tharo tseo di tshamekileng di quarter final e le phitlhelelo e tona e ka fitlhelwang ke naga ya Afrika di quarter final tsa tsana sa lefatshe la FIFA. Tla gopola Cameroon di le jalo ka 1990 Arbonne simply the best ke mitsa jalo Sposiso Filagazi Okaleka Robaba Arbonne Mbenge Kakwano Mbenge Parialo Tsengwaloto Kemona Mitsa Baraki the Lion King Andile Jali Comme capitaine Itu Kune Benten Bongane Zungu Sameka Fahare Zungu batla batselenga kwano ba batla jano Sposiso Filagazi adira go tswa go morago sa go taure go ntshetsa kgwele ya kwantle alwe sise bua ka ena ka bua ka bo Papa Diop ka bo Juof sanzo se go pola stoppa sele sa go tlhabisa fora di tlhom mo se bo sebolo go nya se jana sa lefatshe ba nota fora ka no ile ngwe go lefela abatla se ga bokatisi ba monna yo mo mo fora o nga bidiwa Bruno Metsu amo wa go roba la ka kagisa Andile Jali Clayton Daniels Selejano ba etsabeka le Mpho Makola batla Bongane Zungu Zungu batla jano Fagare Loto Laga Vilagazi fela ba bua ka ona ko morago go seletsa pa ni Ndiaye wetsabeka le Mbenge ba pechane Mbenge Farialo Pole retolo ga Fagare tswa jano gape ka Loto la Bongane Zungu wetsabeka le simply the best abalsa $1 million pass abasa ibale Thamsanqa Kapusa Efrem Sheks Mashaba apereja ka ba profeta mo tsatsing la gompieno fela ke mo profeta le ene ya ka di khantsa di buile Makola di khanye mo tsatsing la gompieno le mo sa jalo gore tumelo ya gagwe tatlhegelo ya Moritiana mo go puditse tumelo ya gagwe gotlhe re lebelle kgwele jano nya mo go dae le ka go batla phatla eta mo ga jalo le no se fetoga go na goal kick tswa mo Sadio Mane abatsabeki ba tlhwatlhwa ba stoppa seno a go e tlosa Itumeleng Kune
ke tshele ka rotla monopola tsebo ga o bua ka makwala di kganyeng a gompieno a bua ka dilo tsa sedumedi
motubedi ye boitsheganya sekresete mokatisi remashaba ka ilwe ke lego la dikgang lengwe a ka jalo gore fela jaaka jeswana kgobotletsiwa le ene o kgobotletsiwa fela jalo ka mafoko mme a re ba ba neng ba moalela tapeiti e khibidu ba moalela dikobo fana a tla tsena ka esele ke bone ba ba neng ba mo kgoba go gaisa jaanong a re le ene fela jalo re lebelele kgwelejane mo gode mona yo kotsi ba motiba sa lolo sako kgweletswa ko morago jaanong ka boloto la ga filagase wa tshabaka le mpho makola ba betsa Andrea you pass antsha jalo Thamsanqa Kabuza wa ragala fagare Kabuza ile ena raganka kwa potso ke gore o solofetse manga ba e be fa pele ga yone go etla fela teng to sa jalo Mbenge wa romela fagare tse wa loto ke the Lion King andile jali bongane Zungu motselenya ga makola o ne ba ga kota selo se se dirile gore ba le mo ke dithago tse dintseng jalo fela o tshwanetse go di isa kwa tlase
ga se dithago tse di leng jana fela ke dithago tse di leng jana gona fa o nositse dino di le malwanyana fa Orlando Stadium tsebo ke se na mora a re ra shakes ha mo bitsa re I'm expecting a goal or two from him and the others will have to do the rest
Pasolo fele gore tore tla dira gala dira debut ya gagwe go nna motshameki wa bo masome a robedi le bone 84th column ya ga Ephraim Shakes Mashaba mme o dira debut ya gagwe a le 29 years Pomakola Zungu Motselenya ga Makola Zungu simply the best Vilagazi, simply the best. A go no ka boitsela. Wa go bua ka yona. Fela ba ba elatla. Ba ba elatla jalo wela motselenya ga Stephen Bachi. Bochi romela kgwele fa gare bo e kopana loto la Papandia Papa we romela ka kwana mo go Mbenge. Mbenge kwa morago mo loto la Zakotore. Jacob we tsabaka le mo captain. Bachi ba romela kwa pele kgwele yao. Bienta khetse thata isia Sadio Mane Natatlelo Dylan Klassen motlogolo wa Brendan Silent fa ile re santse go pola Brendan Silent memma gele Brendan Silent ba tsola ntlele no se yoke Ali Zongo Motselenjana ya Thamsanqa Kabuza Oozing with confidence that Thamsanqa Kabuza ka dotse peditsane no setseng mo stopeng seno sa Bafana Bafana. Me ba go atlo go tekgwela dinao ya sotla ka moso Thamsanqa Kabuza ka ura le somele bongwe mo maitsibweng o tla ba le mo sofane se o se le bang kwa Cairo go Orlando Pirates ya go thulana gona le stopa sa Zamalek. Ba tsoga ba tsaba ka moso ene le Mpho Makola ba mo fly ba tshidinyew. Tla go posa fela near post Bonolo. Jaanong Zungu bokai wa gore Mbenge o no le a roba eltse mo mokotle kwa ga Zungu ka jalo kgwele wa itlhamiwa. Sheikh Mbenge anaba kwa Dakar ntse ba bona ba tsoko mo shateng wa naga ya Senegal wa Dakar kgwele o mo go yone go ya jalo Mpho Makola Mpho Makola ke ena eme mo kgweleng eo ba laela gore ba ya kwa tenye kwa kgakala o isa kgakala ba ithula ka tlhogo morago ga tlhogo ya ga Zungu ba mphetšane go ya kwa pele thulwa ke tlhogo ya ga Diafra Sako go tlisa botlhoko Diafra Sako ba ba stopa sa West Ham setse o tlwile go gaisa gore o nositse nno ya boraro kgatlhanong le Liverpool eo mo bokhutlong jono jwa beke e etelang jalo kwa Old Trafford. Noto Senegal, noto Afrika Borwa.
20 minutes gone, neither one of these sides with any gilt-edged chances in the game so far. Hacked away this time, not convincingly cleared by Zago Toure. Zago Toure actually benefited an opportunity to play the 2015 African Cup of Nations. Opportunity to join the squad at least, the 25-year-old. Sapo. Zungu's touch, this time a little too heavy, just chipped over the top, and Naliu Cisse watches on. So too Shakes Mashaba, looking rather resplendent in his almost velvety blue jacket tonight. A little touch by Anele Ngonga, although the only surviving defender from the Mauritania match. He starts in a central defensive position tonight rather than a right-back position, his familiar role. Sibon and Tlapo is given the opportunity out wide. A little applause for the finesse of Mashaba. Now a little charge here from Gabuza, stayed on his feet, been told by the referee to get up, needed to keep on charging, tried to get the pass away, went down perhaps a little too easily for the referee's liking. We'll see that shortly, no doubt. Meanwhile, free kick has been awarded here as Daylon Klaassen challenged successfully for a ball. Taken quickly, here's Jalin, Klaassen rather, shot taken, snapshot. It did not look as if Siso Vilarazi expected that ball to be in front of him. In the end, the ball skewed horribly off the side of the boot. Senegal's defence confident enough to run possession forward. Started by Chekenbenge. As Kunate. 8 international goals in his last 10 international appearances. He's a man that knows how to find the back of the opposition net. Senegal look threatening. Daniels off his heel. That ball cleared away when it really could have gone anywhere. Kunate looking to apply a little pressure here on Jali. And tugged back the Belgian-based midfielder. But a short while ago, this might have been a talking point. Gabuza to set up the... well, that was the event that happened after. This is the initial event. Gabuza. He was looking for that, Marks.
He was looking for it. On contact, he just wanted to take a dive, and he knew where he was. I mean, he just thought, once I get into the box, then I will take a dive. And the referee wasn't going to be fooled. And he was right there. Good referee in there.
Yeah, right on the spot. Well positioned as well. Shakes Mashaba, though, might feel aggrieved. But Sergin Karamboj with the... touch on Gabuza as he went down to ground, searching initially for some support in the 18-yard area. Meanwhile, Makola picks up possession. He switched flanks with Daylon Klaassen briefly. Here's Zungu. Jali. Sharp on the overlap, back to Zungu. Loves to control matters, does Bongani Zungu. He's got some wonderful finesse and vision off the ball, does the Sundowns man. Such impressive performances for the University of Pretoria in seasons gone by before finding his way to the Giants. Sundowns. South Africa look threatening again. Makola on his home ground, trying to turn the Senegalese defence. Battling away here is Ngonga up against the experience of Sadio Mane. He might only be 23, but week in and week out he plays against some of the best players in the world in the Barclays English Premier League. While he's yet to find a goal in England this season, Sadio Mane, don't discount the fact that he gets to play regularly with some of the best in Europe. Just refines your game, improves your game. Also improves the psychological aspects that many of these players need to deal with.
Bjorn, there are two players so far that really have impressed me with doing the basics right, as we see Senegal attacking here. Number 10 for South Africa, Vilagazi, and also number 15, Sako, for Senegal. I mean, the way he shields the ball, he will always make sure that no defender will steal it. But also Vilagazi, number 10 for South Africa, whenever he gets that ball, he doesn't give it away. Rather, a teammate can.
Except that disappointing shot a moment ago. Speaking of a moment ago, the ball that was played in a short while ago that was caught by Tumilenkune, a regulation catch. It was, I sense, an element of sarcasm in the cheer that we heard from the crowd. Again, Kune makes the save, this time a little more warmly applauded. I think they've got the sarcastic cheer behind them now. But do appreciate the fact that this is firmly in the midst. This is what he needs, Tumilenkune, is just to get back to... He knows he's done it 999 out of 1,000. He's going to catch those. And that's the point. Everybody makes a mistake sometime. Unfortunately, some commit the critical errors that lead to team loss. I don't want to pick on Liverpool here, but I mean, Steven Gerrard 2 seasons ago. A slip when you least needed it. That's all I'm going to say. Konate, dangerous player, the Swiss-based winger come striker. It's Mane again. It's worked forward by Benga, just looking alongside him, sees Yang Diagne. Man who incidentally is born in Chus, same place as Orlando Pirates. Issa Sarr. A handful of Senegalese players that have made their way to South African shores. Bouna Koundou now in the books of Platinum Stars, goalkeeper. He's number 1 for Senegal during the Africa Cup of Nations in 2015. Koune has kicked this ball out of play. Claims an injury. Got this ball away. Ooh. Was it the collision with Clayton Daniels? Certainly Tumilenkune just wants a little treatment here to his right thigh. Kune, 72nd international appearance for him tonight. South Africa's most capped goalkeeper ever. Earlier this year passed Andre Arendt's record of 67 appearances for the national team. But he has completed 67 of the 71 that he's started so far. Substituted 3 times, and a red card against Uruguay are the 4 matches that he failed to play the full 90. But in the 67 full internationals, he's kept 30 clean sheets. Above average, certainly. Some of the dignitaries watching on. South African Football Association's new technical director, Neil Tovey. Former national team captain sits watching on as well. Been watching with interest, no doubt. Well, Tumilenkune back on his feet, I can confirm. He'll be ready to get play back underway. It'll start with a throw-in to Senegal out on the near side in front of their own technical area. Seems to be walking just fine now. Just needing a little stretch. That's it. Referee is saying, let's get play back underway, gentlemen. Take the throw. Sadio Mane just picks it up, throws it in. Diaye handing it back to Tumilenkune. Diaye now playing in Turkey. Playing in the Tipper League and in Norway until this past season, playing at Osmanlispor, which is the new name of one of Turkey's top clubs in the capital city, Ankara. Formerly Ankaraspor. Used to play alongside the opposition captain Karamboj at Genk in Belgium, but Mboj now at Anderlecht, the Belgian Giants. moment. 2 balls on the pitch. It's been cleared. Play can get back underway. Really the question tonight for South African fans. South Africa just inspire themselves. Trying to take on the Senegalese side. Bear in mind they imposed themselves successfully on Senegal for over an hour in their 2015 Africa Cup of Nations match before they tried to absorb the Senegalese pressure late on and eventually conceded the equalising goal, 1-1 in that game in their last meeting. But in this game, half an hour gone, no goals as yet.
Motowetso se jaanong ke sone se re se solofetseng go se bona re bone go le fela mo Dylan Klassen ba thulana ka tlhogo le Kabuza ke bone go tsikinyega ka tlhogo ya ga Thamsanqa Kabuza go a khotsofatsa go bona tsholetsa tlhogo e ke tshogile thata fela go bona tsholetsa tlhogo bona tulane ka tlhogo le mokaptene Seje Karamboji le le khobalo ya Masisi mewemeletse Thamsanqa Kabuza ba re ntode fele mpidi fa go nna jana batshameki le ena ba gona ba re emella re tswelle pele Tumele Khune o tsentse kopano le batshameka morago jaaka mokaptene a tshwanetse go dira tsentse meeting le back four yotlhe go ba bolelela gore fa o pota ka fa dira jana wena fa o dira jana gone ke nnete gore back four ya gompieno e simolola go tshameka e le mmogo ka kwa letlako le lengwe Khadim Diae o letile go bona gore go tla diragala mo kgweleng eo go eme Mpho Makola mo go yone go eme Jalo Bongane Sonko o botlhoko ka di-set piece Mpho Makola la bofelo fa ke ke bona tse tsitsibanya mmele ke nakwana santse le kwa Free State Stars fela kgatelelo e gone ga jana mo nageng no e ka tsenang ga jana e ka tlisa tsholofelo ba go e tlosa kgweleo referee Otogo Makola mefeta fela fa Togo ga kota just bend that too much Bafa the pace and the direction was perfect
and the goalkeeper was lost. He bended it too early, but the pace was right. Nothing wrong with it, and there was no ways that could have been saved.
Home ground ya gagwe ke lebala la tshameka Faro mo home gaming o mo lebaleng le jaanong ke yone potso eno se o e potsang Siyabonga Nhlapo Happy Bay ke mmitsa jalo tsmeke wa stop us a bit best tshameka jalo simply the best Vilakazi moela tlhoko ga ke ka mo latlhegela fa ile mautong a gagwe repa o itse gore o tla ena wa apere jaaka ene fela jaaka o bona yo Sadio Mane o batla ka kwa monna yo kotsi yo Bafana ga bua ka ene Diafra Sakho Diafra ba koba khole busiwa moralo ke Clayton Daniels motseleng ya Mzika ise Mashaba betse wa loto ke Isa Sisoko antsetsa khole kwa ntle Sisoko longwe la malapa tlotlegang thata mo kgweleng ya dinao re bone kgwele e tswa jaanong ka kwa ka Mpho Makola o e tshameka le Dylan Klassen fa rialo ya mo latlhegela kgwele ya Dylan rota fa fatshe ga ke itse mafasa ke se bonang ke gore le fa motshameki a le kwa godimo ga o mongwe fela yo na le game time o tshameka botoka go na le o ntseng a sa tshameke kwa leng gona go sa kgathalesege gore a ke Lionel Messi
The more you play, the better you get, because you get that 90 minutes under your belt and the confidence comes into the picture. But you cannot gain confidence when you've been always sitting on the bench, or also when you've been on the surgery table all the time. But then the point that I also wanted to bring up was that of the number 10. Relebella Vilakasi, Mozambique Pelo Africa Borwa. Haka la tabolo jaka okaili ke mone maloba khane ba sameka sena le stop sa Ajax. Bogolo ka gona khwele a re tsa o e latlhe kgotsa re tsa o re jisa ke tsorare mme khwele latlha ena ka se latlhe
bua jalo ka wa gatse pele fitileng le lena the best player a PSL Khobalo o re teletswe ke go boeletsa that fit re sise o botsa referee gore re mafakae Maudimo Hakuleo, Weme Jalo Stefan Baji, Weme Lemonayoko, Tio Diafra Sako, Shabiki was to pass West Ham, Baromela Quilefari Alokune, the best of Mzansi, and then Dota Unzijan, it will be good. Namwane Hile, Quantele Pinare.
He just had to pair it over the bar, making sure that he doesn't make any mistake. Once beaten, twice shy.
Kaswana go atlogote a weditše nna ke mo itshwaretse o weditše ke lebetse ke tsa gore le wena jaaka mo Afrika Borwa fa a dira jaana o lebala ka bonako
go bontsha gore wa lebala o lebetse gore
a tlosa mo kalangwana kgwele be feta kwa thoko ga dikota go tswa mo mokapteneng Serge Mboji Serge Karamboji ne le teammate ya ga Anele